Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. All right, seems to be on. Thanks for the follow there, 365 Scarlet. I kind of scared me. I was just in preparation here with this BN2. I'm so happy to be in this airplane again after about over 30 years since I've been in a digital. I'm in a digital version of it right now, but it's really nice to be inside this beautiful BN2 Britten Norman BN2 Islander. I remember this airplane fondly. I flew in it a few times when I lived in Brazil when I was a kid. My dad worked as a plant pathologist, and to reach some of the places he worked, like in the research stations, we'd fly in with one of these. And it's a lovely, lovely airplane, very rugged, very very pretty, I feel. It's like a box with two big engines on the side. The landing gears are not retractable. It's tough. It only has like, I think, a 40 knot stall speed, which I think is even less than a Cessna 152. I'm just having I just have the default livery, the standard livery here, and it comes with a bunch of different liveries. And it's an exciting plane to fly. I like flying the smaller planes, the Bush pilot planes. And this is a plane that is very close to my heart. So let me get started here. I'm not feeling great today. I did my second shot of the Moderna vaccine yesterday, and I had fever last night. I took some, what's it called? Whoa, there goes my tracker. I took some Tylenol, but I still don't feel in tip-top shape. So this may not be a very long stream, or likely be a shorter one, but I just want to take this thing for a spin. I started, where am I? Let's see. I started from the runway because it doesn't seem this initial, it's brand new. This was released a few hours ago from Black Box Simulations. I can put a link here on the chat for you if you want to check out this plane. And I just purchased directly from the developer. And so this is likely going to be updated with other stuff in the future, as they've done with their Bird Dog, the Cessna. There's a link, but so far, yeah, there's no. I haven't seen. I've checked up here, and there doesn't seem to be a checklist yet for the plane. Okay, so, and I don't have a pilot's operating handbook for this. I'm looking to download one from somewhere. I'm in trouble finding one, so I don't know what. All I know is from seeing some videos. I know that after takeoff, the pilots often go. Here, 1 second. Often put their hands up here and switch on or off these pulls. These are auxiliary fuel pumps, I believe. And but anyway, enough talking. Let's make sure the parking brake is off. I think it's down here. Parking brake is off. Okay. And here we have the mixture for, this is, I also don't have experience flying in multi-engine airplanes in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so this is going to be something, brand new learning experience for me. You can see back there, oh, there's my co-pilot, I guess maybe it's someone who's just wanted to come in for a ride, is sitting behind me. There's space for 9 passengers. Let's go. Let's see if I can take off without crashing for the first time here. I don't have rudder pedals, and I'm taking off from I believe this is the airfield where this airplane was designed and was first produced in the Isle of Wight. And here we go, we're off, ladies and gentlemen. The BN2, Britten Norman BN2 Islander here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I'm so excited to be flying this plane. And it feels good. Yeah, it feels nice and smooth. Can I open the window? Oh look, you can open the window. That's nice. All right. Put my head out the window. You know, it's pretty. The airflow will be pretty strong. The sound doesn't change, but that's probably the limitation of of the Microsoft Flight Simulator. I don't know if how easy the software development kit is to work with, but look at that, what a beauty. Do I have the flaps down? Where are the flaps controls? Let's see. Flap controls. Here's stop. Okay. Okay, that's just a switch, so I think it's up. Alright, fuel. The fuel, I guess these are already off. You can see that when you turn that on, that thing, the diameter over here moves up. Up here I have I think a fuel, starboard fuel selector, port fuel selector. I'm not going to cut those off because the engine will probably stop. And let's just go for a little fly here around the Isle of Wight. The closest I've been able to fly in this plane in a video game before this, I didn't have the previous version of Microsoft Flight Simulator. But the closest I've been able to fly in a plane like this in a video game before was in a Just Cause 4. There's a plane which I think is based on the BN2. Obviously, it's that's where he took off from there. There's a plane that's based off the BN2, but in that video game, obviously, you can go outside and stand on the wing while the airplane is flying. And but it's nice to be flying in a proper rendition of it again after over 30 years. Let's take a look from the outside view here. I'm just gonna put her in a nice. I'm gonna trim her for a nice gentle slight turn here, and then let's go to an outside view and take a look around. Goes as a long endurance, this plane. I forget how many miles it can fly, but it's a long way. I flew in this from Rio de Janeiro, from Rio all the way to the middle of Goiás, the middle of nowhere in Brazil, when I was a kid. And it's one of two planes I had an emergency landing in. We landed in a field of potatoes because we basically we're flying through some really rough weather, and the water started to come into the cabin, and so the pilot decided to put her down, and you just saw this field, and it turned out to be a potato plantation. After we landed, we figured it out, and then we took off again after when the weather cleared. So that's the amazing thing about this plane. You can land anywhere pretty much. It's a very good airplane if you like bush flying for short takeoff and landing operations. And there she is. It's quite a big wing. It's a large wingspan. If you see it from the beginning, look at that wing. It's a big wing. And look at how high off the ground those the wing is on the top, like this says the 152, so you have like a lot of clearance for those props. They won't strike the ground that easily if you're landing like in a rough landscape. Just really a beauty. I mean, everybody has their favorite aircraft because of their, probably something you've seen as a kid, or something you really loved or have experienced in, and this is one of my favorites right here. I'm so happy to be able to fly this now. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let's take a look here inside at the cockpit. And it has a yoke. You can push in for the nose to go down. You can pull it, bring the nose up. We can take a look outside there for the ailerons. When you twist this, not familiar how planes fly. Yeah, this is gonna turn these little flight surfaces on the tips of the wings. Right there. Can make you roll. And then the elevators in the back, it goes up and down. It's pulling and pushing on that yoke. This is turning. The yoke is kind of like driving a car in the sky, and the rudder back here. Big rudder, lots of rudder authority of this airplane. The rudder is these foot pedals over here. This is not the brake and the accelerator, that's your yaw. And what do we have here? Let's see, we got airspeed indicator, we're just over 120 knots. We have the attitude, flight attitude indicator, the blues of the sky, and then below the black we have the ground down there, although it's nice clear weather here. We're flying in live weather in Microsoft Flight Simulator, like I enjoy doing to see how things go. There's the altitude, we're just under 2,000 feet, I assume that is. We have a slip indicator here, turn coordinator. Nice compass right in front here. I like that the northwest, the cardinal directions are in yellow, a little bit easier to see instead of being all white. Vertical speed, okay, we're going down. The nose is below, pointing a little bit below the horizon, so let's just bring her up a little. We're gonna do some touch and goes on some fields here as well. What else do we have here? That's fuel mixture over there, so we can lean it a little bit, lean the fuel so that we'll go further. I wonder if it's the same as in the Cessna 152 that I'm familiar with flying, that to lean the fuel mixture you would like look, you would come over here, I assume. Let's get up here and I'll turn off track IR as soon as I get close here. And right around there. And then I'm gonna keep, we have two engines now, which is okay. So here we go, the RPM over there. That's we're in the green right now. And put full power to go to the yellow. Let's leave the full power, and then I'm gonna lean down. These are the mixture controls for both engines, one for the right one and for the left one. So I'm gonna look up here so I can still see out where I'm going outside. And I'm going to turn off track IR, and I'm gonna lean this mixture and keep an eye on that dial here. I'm doing the left port engine now. When that dial starts going down, I assume it'll work the same as the Cessna. When the dial starts going down, then I'll there you go. There you go. See that dial there started going down? That means that you're losing power there. So we just lean the mixture a little bit so we can bring both down to what it was, 18%. This is so cool to have two engines. There they are. Plane was made in the 1960s, I believe, for the first time, built here in the Isle of Wight. But now I think it's built in Romania. Jimster 021 out there. Who else do we have around us? Some people, Loyal Storm 73794. Bob Jordy, Enjoyed Client 82. There's some people flying out there in the UK. And we're here over the Isle of Wight. Let's pick a spot to do a touch and go on a field here somewhere. Let me just grab some coffee first. Don't have to worry about putting the landing gear, stowing it or not. You don't have to worry about forgetting to put the landing gear down. That's sometimes accidents happen like that. You know, people are tired, even pilots with lots of flying time. Forget to put down the landing gear, land, and boom. And then you scrape the plane and hopefully you manage to stop before crashing. With this plane, you don't have to worry about that. An interesting thing to me, look at the shape of the wingtip. There's a little bit. It flips up a little. I never noticed that about this airplane before. The back here flips. It like turns up a little. And I believe that the developer is going to come out of to release a paint kit so that we may be able to make our own paint jobs, and I'm excited about that because I want to make the plane. I have a couple of pictures from the plane that I flew in as a kid, and I want to try to make a livery. Like the nose, like this part here was painted black, and I want to try to make a livery that matches that airplane. Okay, let me get some coffee here. We have a bit of a headache today. Second shot of Moderna yesterday. Had fever in the night. I had a bit of Tylenol, whatever that thing is called. Felt a little better in the morning, but I still don't feel 100% here. But hopefully later I'll feel better. And I'll be able to come back after lunch and do and I want to add this airplane to my Neofly pilot career, and I'm gonna look up how much one of these things costs in the real world, and I'll put the actual cost into the Neofly career in the video game, it's like an RPG mode for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and my goal is going to be to purchase this airplane and in that role-playing game, and fly missions with it. And in order to make that happen, be able to afford it soon, I'm going to go and search for the treasure. I'm not flying Neofly right now, but if you want to check it out, it's one of my favorite. There's one of my favorite Microsoft Flight Simulator mods. It's free. You can donate to get some extra 3D objects for the missions and stuff like that. And basically, what it does is it layers over an RPG game that you can be a working pilot. You do cargo missions. You drop off medics in random locations, like in fields. You fly below the radar if you're carrying something that you don't want the authorities to find. There's all these kind of missions, and it tracks your progress. You can buy fuel. You can operate a forward base of operations. It's really a lot of fun, and I usually would be playing that now, but since the Islander released this morning, I was like, nope, I'm gonna go fly on the Islander. Here, that looks like a good field there. Let's pick. There's our shadow all the way down in the bottom there. That's interesting. When I zoom in, it kind of disappears. Why does it do that? That's interesting. Okay, from far up, it's there. But when I zoomed in, it was disappearing. All right, let's descend here. Let's start with a touch and go where we started from. One second. Try to give us a different view. Known as a quite a loud airplane, it seems doesn't seem too loud to me. Seems fairly comfortable to be flying here. I'm not sure what my sound levels are like. I'm not 100% today, so I forgot to do my regular sound check before I started streaming, and I just wanted to rush and fly this plane here. But hope this is sounding okay. I can put on a little bit of music to get us in a nicer mood for this touch and go, and then this landing we're gonna do. All right, 1 second. All right. The flight information you're seeing there is courtesy of this other, also amazingly free application if you want to use it. I mean, I've donated to both that and to Neofly. It's called a Sim Toolkit Pro, and it's a flight planner, and it gives you these stream overlays, including this little robot called a Sim Toolkit Pro bot, where you can guess a landing rate. That looks like a decent field for a touch and go, right? Try that one. Okay, let's go. Cut power. And so basically I can make a prediction of what my landing rate will be, how fast I'll touch down. So for example, if I go right now, if I go like for this touch and go, I'm gonna predict negative 120 maybe. Oh, doesn't seem to be working because I've been turning this on and off too much, I think. Alright, let me try to turn it on again. Whoa! There you go. Now it has joined. Alright. Let's start with a landing where we took off from. We'll fly back there. If we can find where the airfield is. Maybe Sandown is down here. So there's another airfield in the Isle of Wight here. There's a couple of airfields in the Isle of Wight where we took off from. The Bembridge is one, and there's Sandown. Pretty place to fly around. Jimi Hendrix did a concert here in the 70s. Was it 60s or 70s? I forget. It's a place of history. And like most places, whoa! Canadian Captain Moustache is now following 1-2 boss. Thank you for the follow, Canadian Captain Moustache. Very kind of you. Good day to you, sir. I mean, I'm saying sir because you said it says mustache, so I don't know, but I should probably just say, you know, good day, pilot. I just finished some Islander flying too. Sweet plane. It's so awesome, isn't it? I'm so happy to have this plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's such a pretty plane. I can't wait to get a paint kit. I'm gonna try to like just make my own, just hack one of the ones already. I wanna put some little hearts on the wings. This is definitely going to become my main airplane in this flight simulator because I flew in it as a kid. I wasn't piloting, you know, even though the pilot, there was this crazy guy called Cosmo, okay, in Brazil, and he used to let me, you know, we'd take off and then he would just let me take the controls and fly it a bit, but I wasn't a pilot. I was like 4 or 5 years old. But it really left an lasting impression on me, and I'm so happy to have it in this flight simulator now. If you want to join me sometime for a flight, I would love to fly together. I'm my name in Microsoft Flight Simulator is Hyper Text Hero without the E in the text because you can only use 12 characters, so it wouldn't fit. I'm currently flying in the East server, I think. I can double check real quick. East USA server. And hopefully the sound levels are decent over here. They said I was so excited, and I was a bit of this headache from my second Moderna shot yesterday that I just forgot. I usually always do a sound check these days before I start streaming, but today I just forgot because I was so excited. This is one of my favorite features. I haven't seen this in any other in another airplane in Microsoft Flight Simulator yet. Look at this. You can open the window. There's no sound yet. It would not be nice if they added sounds to like little clicks and stuff to all this. Hopefully that'll be coming later. But it's cool to be able to open a window, you know, and then I can pretend I'm actually putting my head out the window without, you know, it going through the roof like it happens with Track IR sometimes. So cool. And one thing I want to check is does the wheel spin when we take off? Does it keep spinning for a bit? Let's try a touch and go and see. There's the airfield we take off from, Banbridge. Let's go and do a touch and go there. I'm gonna cut power. I'll shut the window. I wonder if opening the window affects the flight model. Probably not. But hey, Apollo, how you doing? Okay, our cat's arriving here. He doesn't know why I'm talking so much to myself here. He thinks I'm talking to myself, but. And so maybe we'll have a crash here, a cat-powered crash. Okay, if there's a crash, it's this animal's fault. All right. Let me turn off Track IR so I don't. Hey, Cyan, how are you? Cool, sound levels are good. Thank you, Captain. What's up, Cat? It's like, what the hell are you wearing this? Who are you talking to? Yeah, okay, come on, Mila. Here, sit down. Sit down for the landing. We have Apollo here with us for the landing. How you doing, Cyan? Good to have you around. Okay, where are the flaps? Let's see. It's gonna be a touch and go, so... Actually, let's land. Let's go ahead and land. I'm totally unfamiliar with flying this airplane, so I don't know... Okay, the flaps seem to be down all the way. I assume that's all the way. Let's see if we can go even further down. Oh, there you go. Now it's quite a ways down. And it's a very utilitarian cockpit. It does have a little, I don't know what this thing is, a Garmin GNS 530. It's an older version of a Garmin GPS. But it's quite an utilitarian cockpit, and I like that. I like that it's an old school cockpit, you know. 65 knot is your magic speed. Rotate, best climb, approach. Copy that. So this 65 knot is the magic speed for this plane. Very kind of you, Canadian Captain Mustache. Thanks so much for dropping by and helping me out of this stuff. Let's take a look at the knots here. Apollo jumped away right when I'm coming close to land here. We're gonna keep on that. We're gonna try to. There you go, and it's marked there. It's a little blue line, I guess. Oh! I lost power. What happened? Did I go too low? I lost power. I'm gonna have to land short of the runway here. Let's see if we can do that. Oh no! Wow. Okay, that's funny. I put it. I don't know if Apollo pressed something, but you know how to start this thing? Should I do a? If you want to do some backseat gaming here and help me start this thing. I don't know if it was the cat or I cut engine to power completely, and maybe I had to turn on the auxiliary pumps or something. And make sure we're cut off, right? All right, do you know how to fly this? Do you want to help me start it? Okay, let's go to parking. Let's see if we can figure it out, okay? Because we're live over here, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to join in, oh, here we go. We have a friend request, Captain Mustache. I'm going to accept that. And if you want to chat on Discord, also let me know. I can put an invite here on the stream. If not, no problem. Let's click fly. Let's click fly. Yeah, maybe because one thing I noticed, I've seen videos on YouTube of people flying this airplane, the real one, you know. And one thing I noticed after taking off or after landing, the pilot always moves his hand up and flips a couple of switches up there. When I was looking at the switches here, all right, we're outside now. We're here in Bembridge. And yeah, I think there's the fuel pumps, right? So it's this stuff here. So you want, I guess when you're climbing out, maybe you have to have the fuel pumps turned on, like this one here. Look at that detailing there. That it looks like it's something that's used a lot. You know, it's a bit of scuffed over there. On takeoff and landing, so that's what they're hitting. Copy that. Hey Kerr, how's it going? Good afternoon, sir. All right. Let me turn this music down a little bit. And yeah, currently that doesn't appear to be a checklist, so I can't, usually I'd be able to learn how to take off with it here. But I'm just gonna have to guess now because that's not there. So I'm assuming mixture will be full rich. RPM, we'll just leave it at 0. I have no idea. In back of a meeting of your lawyer. Oh, I hope it was a good one. Yeah, I know. Lawyers, that's the starter. Okay, port mags, let's turn those on. Starboard mags. Remember, we have 2 engines now. So we have like that engine over there, the port engine right here. And we have the starboard engine over there. So we have 2 controls for everything. I'm assuming I'm gonna have to turn on the fuel here. Fuel selector. Okay, let's see. Take a look. Starboard tank. Full fine, full rich, fuel cutoffs on, mags on start. Just that easy. Really? Okay, full fine. Okay. Let's put everything full. Fuel cutoffs on, mags on, start. Really? Okay. Wow, that is awesome. Okay, so that's off. That's on. Starboard tank, okay, port tank, starboard, okay. I'm confused by that. Oh, okay. Okay, you can switch that. Okay. All right, the mags are on, and then starter. Okay, let's go. Let's try it. Whoa! BWC 1976. Thanks so much for the follow. Oh, battery sounds good. Okay. Let's see, where's the battery? Let's take a look here. There's the heater. All right. Ahead of your right knee. Okay, copy. Thanks so much. It's so nice to have someone helping me do this, because I'm brand new of this airplane. Never flew it before. Let's take a look over here. Here you go. Electrics, generator, battery, starboard generator. Let's turn all that up. How about the external power? Oh, I can hear something coming on now. I can hear something coming on. Let's turn on the nav lights. Cabin lights on, off. Middle of those red 3 switches. Copy. So I don't need the generator. Just the battery. I probably do need the generators. Let's see. Let's take a good look at this. Gens after start before the sim, either way. Copy that. Okay, well, let's try to do it properly then. The gens after start. Who knows? Maybe I'll fly on these planes for real one day if I get a millionaire to pay for my flight lessons. Instrument lights. Oh, cool. Beacon lights, strobe lights. We don't want to blind people outside, so just leave them off. Cabin lights, instrument lights. Oh, look at that. Okay. Those little lights come on. That's cool. I mean, we're not gonna need it because it's during the day, so eventually. But look at that. There's like these little instrument lights can turn on over there. That's cool. All right, battery, ammeter selection. I'm just gonna leave battery, I guess. All right, let's start it. I can hear. Let me turn. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna turn on the. I'm gonna go to my. I have to check something real quick here. Give me 1 second. My sound levels. I want to turn the volume a little higher for the airplane, so maybe you can hear this. I don't know if you can hear this. What are you using to control the camera? The movements are very natural. I'm using a Track IR. It's like this thing on my hat. It's it reflects this infrared light. It basically is this little infrared light detector. It fires a beam and then it detects my head movements. It takes a little practice, but with Track IR, one thing that helps a lot is to put on the smoothness switch to max and like to 50, and then the everything gets smoother. All right. Okay, the emote explosion should be working now. I don't know why it wasn't working before, but we'll give a look later. All right, back to the sim. Yeah, these are cool. You can also use like this open track. I'm using Track IR, but there's cheaper versions that you can use that work really well. Apparently, I haven't tried those. Okay, let's try to turn this thing on. There we go. There's the port. 2 engines. So now let's do starboard, the other side. And there it comes. Curtis said the lawyer didn't ask you to pay, so that's a win. I agreed. All right. Well, not yet, I guess, right? All right, let's see if I gen stuff for the simulator way. Let me see if I've missed anything on the chat here. I think we're doing good. Gens and avionics on after start, and you're good to go. Copy. Thanks so much, Canadian Captain the Mustache. Let's an applause here for Canadian Captain Mustache, ladies and gentlemen. Helping us turn on this Britten Norman BN2 Islander here for the first time. I don't have a checklist, so it's nice to have some help here. Alright, so the gens avionics on after, and you're good to go. So let's see the generators. Okay, that's this fuel pump generator. Is that what it is? And that one. Excellent. And the avionics. Okay, so avionics is a master switch somewhere, I guess. It's gonna be somewhere. Let's see. The other red switch is down below. Okay, these over here. Oh, here you go. External power. That's if someone... Avoid optical illusion and severe vertigo. Turn anti-collision lights off upon entering cloud, fog, or haze. Interesting. Avionics switch is by the radios. Alright, copy. Let's take a look. Okay, so the radios are here, I guess. Oh, there it is. Avionics master. The avionics is turned on now. There's no clicking sound that I can detect. It would be nice if they added some clicking sounds, because I like to hear the clicks and stuff. Alright. And, alright. Oh, it'll be adding it later. Cool. Alright, so yeah, this is, yeah, brand new. Just a few hours ago it was released. Awesome. Look at all this stuff here. These are, I guess, test buttons. I think they're going to be functional. Let's test. There's the rudder. Look at that animation down there. Here's got the trim wheel over here. All right. And throttle. All right. All right. Let's undo the parking brake. Let's take a look from the external view real quick. And let's see where we're gonna taxi to here. I think over there. Where's the windsock? Let's see if we can spot a windsock here. See what direction the wind is. I haven't asked any information from ATIS. All the way over there, I think. Let's go check it out quickly. Oh, very weak crosswind coming from that direction over there. Which is, if we come back into our aircraft, from the northeast. Alright, so we're gonna undo to release the parking brake. Parking brake is off. Test the controls one more time here. Alright, and now let's increase power to these two Lycoming engines and give a right rudder here. I can probably know oh, there's a car driving around here. It's a little dangerous. Alright. It feels really nice. The airplane, it feels like there's a lot of power just being, you know, very smooth throttle. The response, the engine power response to the throttle movements, it feels very smooth. And it's almost like it brings back memories of being in one of these airplanes from when I was like 5 years old. So it's like, it feels nice. Give you an outside view here of this taxiing, see if I can control from this direction. Alright, and we're gonna hold short here. Actually, let's talk to the tower here. Announce taxi.
Echo Golf Hotel Juliet traffic hypertext Hero 1 is taxiing to runway 30.
There's no even though there's a tower there, I don't think this airfield has someone working. Maybe it's too early for them, you know. Let's see. Announce takeoff, depart straight out.
Echo Golf Hotel Juliet traffic hypertext Hero 1 taking off runway 30 straight out departure.
All right. Open the window. Let's check our head out the window here, and let's take a look if the wheels are moving. Yeah, the wheels are animated. They move. That's cool. Half flaps for takeoff. Rotate at 65 knots. Thanks so much, Captain Mustache. Canadian Captain Mustache. Okay, so half flaps for takeoff. Okay, so one thing, where does it indicate how much? Is there an indicator to show you what level your flaps are? You just have to look out the window. I know I can move it like that. Indicators above your head. Okay. Oh. That's it right there, rudder. No, nose left, nose right. That's the rudder trim. Oh, there they are, flaps. Okay, I see them. Here they are. Flaps, okay. Got it, beside the mags. Up, two, and down. Flaps are down. About half flaps, so let's move them up a little bit. Okay, that's two. Let me go back a little bit so I can move it and look at it at the same time, because I don't have this mapped. Okay, it doesn't seem to let me do half. It just seems to let me go full down or full up. But I think I'll just leave it. Let me try to scroll my mouse instead. Oh, maybe I have to just move it and then stop it before it. Let me just try to move it a little bit. Just a little bit. No, just bump the switch once and it'll go to half, okay. Okay, so that's regular. I'm just gonna bump the switch once. Okay, the middle one is half, okay. Oh, TO is takeoff, got it, thank you. I'm such an idiot, alright, thanks so much. Alright, let's go. Take a look around, see if anything is coming. Seems alright. Taxi to the end of the runway here, face the other way, and then take off. Oh, she is rearing to go, this airplane. This airplane is rearing to go, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. I can probably just give power to one engine, but I have a T-Flight Hotus X here. Eventually I may get one of those Mongoose throttles. I mean, they're so expensive, but for this plane it'll be worth it, because then I'll have like controls for each engine. Oh, let me get my head up off the airplane here. Okay, here we go. We're off. I love seeing like two of all those dials move up with the two engines. Rotate at 65, okay, here we go. Oh, a little bit of a bump. Close the window. I forgot to check where the wheels keep spinning a bit after you take off. I wanted to check if that's modeled, but we're gonna do some touch and goes. Let's just go around and do a touch and go straight away. So now do I turn these fuel pumps off now? Or keep them on, since I'm gonna do a touch and go? The BN2 Islander. A pleasure to be flying this plane. Look how tall the tail is. Could leave them in since you're going to do a touch and go. Copy that. I'll just leave them in. And the flaps, I'll leave the flaps at their current position. Well, let's put them up, actually. I'll do a touch and go with no flaps. I assume that's alright. And last time I didn't have the fuel pumps on. and I cut power completely, and the engines went off. So now I'm cutting power completely. I'm leaving the fuel pumps on. Let's see if the engines will cut off again. I try to get. I'll stay higher to give myself more room to not descend and crash. Descend too fast and crash. Okay. Coming in pretty steep. But this is gonna be just a touch and go. Probably too fast. Maybe I'll go around for another go. It's a bit too high. Let's just power, full power. Let's keep flying. Let's do some low flying here and go around for another pass. Look at that big wing. I find it a very beautiful airplane. It looks friendly. All right. It flies like a big 172, gentle. Yeah, it feels really gentle. It doesn't feel like it's going to, you know, bite me or surprise me. Because, you know, it has the wings on top of the fuselage instead of the bottom, so that makes it definitely more like a 152 or 172. Oh, my neck. Oh. All right, yeah, track IR have to. I mean, it's really this ache from the second Moderna vaccine that I'm feeling. I feel. Okay, I think maybe I should put some flaps too. I'm totally unfamiliar with this, so I'm just coming in. Let me go around one more time, and that'll also give me a. It'll also give me an opportunity to do a landing rate guess here. I think the Sim Toolkit Pro bot is on. So I'm gonna guess, let's see. Predict, you put an exclamation point, you put predict, let's try a minus 125. Let's see if that's working. Yep, alright. Here's my guess for my landing rate, how fast I'll touch down. I'm gonna go off a little further. I mean, this plane is heavier than the Cessna, so I've been flying the Cessna so much that I'm just used to be able to just get to the edge of the runway, do a short final turn, and just drop in. But this one, there's more momentum, there's more weight, so I have to go a little bit further out, I feel. Look at those cliffs. Water here. I better close the switch guard in case I turn it off by mistake. All right, here we go. They have different upholsteries, I think, for the different. I saw screenshots of all the different upholstery designs that I assume get loaded up if you pick a different livery. And they have this plate stuff as well. It looks pretty cool. It's very British, a very British airplane. Very, you know, it's you might land it and get out of the airplane, go have a cup of tea, some biscuits, maybe a full English breakfast, maybe some fish and chips because we're here by the Isle of Wight. It has personality, this machine. All right, touch and go. So I'm just gonna leave the flaps up. Oh man, fish and chips. Yeah, that sounds good. I love British fish and chips. I've never had fish and chips like in England ever. I think oh, yeah. I'm moving too fast here. Let's just try to do a touch and go at high speed anyway. Here we go. Now I'm hungry. All right. It was what? Minus 420. That's really fast, okay. But it feels good. It feels like I feel the weight of the airplane. It reminds me a bit of flying the fighters in IL-2 Sturmovik. They have this weight that you just fall down, you know, from the if you're descending, you feel the weight of the machine descending. Now let's try to get ahead of the airplane a little bit. Let's put the flaps down. They're down. Look at the green glare shields over there. What's that thing? Air temperature, cool. Now let's see if these fold down flaps will slow us down a bit, and then we'll try to do a touchdown at the proper speed. There's a little blue mark there indicated as 64 knots, as Canadian Captain Mustache told me. What else do we have here? Manifold pressure. I have a navigation thing. I don't know if that's ILS. Two different navigation, or VOR. Like everyone's teaching people how to fly VOR now. Forder Learn to Fly was teaching it. Flying Fabio's back. It seems he was teaching VOR earlier today. I missed those streams yesterday because I wasn't really feeling very good. I'm still not feeling great, but hopefully this will clear up later today. Okay, let's try to slow her down. Oh, look at that. With the flaps down, we're already close to the 64 knots landing speed. You know, new airplane, you have to get to know her. You have to get to fly around and get a feel for the machine. And there are some amazing videos of this airplane, real like IRL, you know, in real life videos of people flying these airplanes and landing in these crazy locations. There's this one landing in a wilderness ranch, I think in Idaho or something, and it's just an amazing piece of flying. It's just like at the last second you see where the runway is. Like after the pilot descends through like a valley or flying over a river. This will stop really short if you try to. Okay. Let's try to stop her. Oh, too fast, too fast. Oh, that was too fast. It smashed down. It really drops when you drop the. It really drops. I'm totally not used to this plane. Let's just go again. And look at that. Look how. Look at the low how. All right. This is not good. I have to get used to this airplane, ladies and gentlemen. But didn't crash. I mean, the other one was like, what, negative 3G? Lots of drag in those flaps. Wow, I mean, look at this. Yeah, look at the size of the wings. Look at the size of the flaps. Wow. Let me try off the keyboard control. If I press, okay, flaps down. Then flaps up. Does it go all the way up, or does it do like a middle takeoff? That's takeoff. Okay, so it does the flap controls. Yeah, so let's go to takeoff. Whoa, and there you go, the engines shut off again. That's interesting. I had the fuel pumps on. All right. The engine shut off if you cut throttle to 0, it seems. I will take off again. Oh. Flaps are a very embarrassing piece of flying here. There you go. Seems like the wind was coming actually from this direction. Maybe it changed. All right, let's pick a spot to land that's not the airfield, and we'll try a short landing, short field landing. A little bit confused by my. There you go. My drone camera right now. Let's put those flaps up. All right. These beautiful English fields here. Let's find a place near the coast and we'll land. We'll have some fish and chips. Pretty day, no clouds. In my neoflight career, I've been flying with live weather, Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's been so much rain. I've been constantly flying through rain, but it's been a nice experience because I've gotten to see the weather simulation in this game. How quickly the weather changes. You can just be flying through rain and then in 10 seconds it changes. Like you get through a cloud and you clear it and then you can see again. Alston Rat City, how much is this in US dollar? Is it worth it? I mean, for me, it's definitely worth it because I love this plane. I flew this plane. I flew in this plane when I was a kid, so it has like a special place in my heart. This airplane, this aircraft. Because for me, it's definitely worth it. But let's see, how much is this thing? It is. 25 euro, maybe $30. Whoa! Alston Rat City is now following. Thanks so much, Alston Rat City, for the follow. Excellent. 29 euros I'm seeing right now. Well, I think when I bought it was 25. I don't know. Maybe they went up a little bit. I think it's worth it. It flies really nicely. It feels like it really feels like an airplane that I'm going to be it'll be my go-to airplane because you can land anywhere basically, and for the kind of flying I do and that I like doing this game, I'm not a big fan of the airliners and stuff that you go off to above 30,000 feet. I like to see where I'm flying and where I'm gonna land. I like bush flying. So this airplane for bush flying, for this kind of things is, you know, perfect, excellent. You have a lot of space for cargo. I have 9 passengers can sit out there. And I fly this thing called NeoFly, this mod called NeoFly. So this, for me, I think is, I couldn't think of a better airplane to fly for these kinds of flights I like doing. And it has, I think, a long range as well. And look, and it had, what I like about it as well is that it is a combination of old school, you know, steam gauges cockpit, but then it does have an older Garmin over there, a GNS 530. So it's a nice combination of modernity and the more old school planes that I like flying World War II airplanes in this flight simulator called Altus Strumovik. And so for me, this is a nice step up from the Cessnas because it has 2 engines. I'll learn how to manage these 2 engines. And as I said, for me, it's a plane that I actually flew in when I was a kid, so it really is special for me, this airplane. That's why I bought it without even reading a review. It's very. The controls are very, like when you release them, it just stays pointing where you're pointing the airplane. But I have a when you put down the throttle, you really feel the weight of the thing. I really feel it, you know, start descending quickly, and that's why I had already a crash landing already. So it's gonna take some getting used to. But it's a nice balance between ease of flying, but also, you know, you have to pay attention. And it's gonna be here, let's try a touch and go, maybe. Let's go to the coast. Let's go land by that. You know where we're gonna land? Let's go land by those cliffs that we saw. They're really pretty. Are you a real pilot? Canadian Captain Mustache? That is awesome. And it feels close, huh? That's so cool. Yeah, I used to fly these. My dad was a plant biologist, and there was this research station way out in the middle of Goiás in Brazil in the 1980s, the early 80s, and there were no roads, so we flew in of this plane for the first time before they built a road to it. The nearest town was Posse in Goiás, 40 kilometers away. And this plane could land, you know, in just unprepared fields and stuff. So it was, and there was this crazy pilot called Cosmo. He used to, where's my airplane? There it is. And the Cosmo used to, after they started developing the station a bit more, like, and they built, you know, they built, of course it's in Brazil, so of course they built a little soccer field, a little futebol field. And so this pilot would come in, he wouldn't tell anyone. He wouldn't radio in, but he wouldn't tell people exactly when he was landing, when he was arriving. He would come in low, right above the trees, and people would be playing football, and he'd pass right above the soccer field. Everyone would like throw themselves to the ground, like, you know, terrified. I was like totally surprised. He was a crazy guy. So those are some of my memories of that involve this aircraft. That's excellent, Canadian Captain Mustache. We have a real pilot here with us, ladies and gentlemen, who helped me to start this beauty up, and it's a real pleasure to. That's one of the things about streaming for me that has been. Oh, that's an applause for Captain Mustache. There you go. I'm an amateur streamer. One of the pleasures has been meeting people from all walks of life. We have cooks, we have pilots, we have delivery workers. We have all sorts of people that I've met here through the streaming that I just would have never met before if I hadn't been streaming here. And here's an example of like, so I'm cutting power here, and all of a sudden she started dropping, you know. So let's fly by these cliffs, and let's look around for a place to land here. This is the kind of height that this airplane that I like flying in. You get to see the landscape below, you get to see the detail. The Isle of Wight, so pretty. Oh, there's that road there. I'm not going to land on the road because this airplane is comfortable landing on an unprepared field. That looks like a decent place going uphill, so it'll help us stop. Let's just go right now for a landing right here. Sorry, I haven't been drinking yet. Oh, what happened to my video? Did it stop? Oh, whoa, okay. I'm sorry. Is it back? Is it back? It's back, all right. I'm not drinking, but I am probably suffering some side effects from right in time for the landing. Here we go. Oh, that's better. Still pretty hard landing, -275, but this plane can handle it with those very solid landing gears on those struts on the side of the wing. The engines are mounted on those top wings, so there's plenty of clearance for the propeller. It's not gonna, you know, it might cut a little bit of grass here, the propeller. Thanks so much. When I went to press something on my OBS view, then I must have clicked something different. Let's taxi up to the side of the cliff here. And here we are with a BN2 Islander on the Isle of Wight. Oh shit, here it goes again. That's what I'm doing. Wow. And there comes the applause again. I guess I'll take that for the lander. Wow. I am so discombobulated here, ladies and gentlemen. Icebird, this plane came out earlier today, a few hours ago. That's why I wasn't gonna stream today because I'm not feeling so good after the this is the BN2 Islander, a Britten Norman BN2 Islander. I used to fly in this when I was a kid. And let me put the parking brake and let me take a little break here. We'll switch the engines off for now. I just turn the mags off to switch them off. Nice. Check Discord. How are you after your injection? I'm not feeling. Yesterday I had a lot of fever. I didn't sleep very well, and I wasn't gonna stream. But then this plane came out, and I love this airplane, you know. So I had to come and do a stream. So I'm still feeling not fantastic, but it should pass after today, hopefully. And yeah, I'm not fully functional, but I'm here, hold up, let me turn off track IR so I get a little more functional here. And let me reduce the speed of this camera. This is the Britten Norman BN2 Islander. It's available for black box simulations. This came out today, you know, so I mean, it works fine. There's some things missing, like the clicking, like you don't have clicking sounds for the buttons and stuff like that. Yeah, you can't hear the clicks. I hope they add that, but look at that. You can like open windows. Oh, your wife also got the first injection. How's she feeling? After my first injection, I was fine. Didn't feel anything, just like a sore arm. But after the second one, yeah, yesterday I had chills. I had fever. I took some Tylenol. Okay, let's turn everything off. And let's turn that fuel pump off. And I'm gonna take a little break and then we're gonna do another takeoff here. Doors and stuff open too. There are switches in the lower left of panel. Really, the door's open? Oh my god, okay. Here you go. Open main door, alright. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. Look at that, you can open the door. They just have to add like, they have to do it like an Elite Dangerous, you know, they have to add a legs simulation for this, that you can step out of your airplane, go eat some fish and chips. So cool. Plus more switches for cargo doors, really? Let's see, where are the cargo switches? Is it back here? Oh, look at that, there's a bunch of switches here, look at that. Okay, main door, passenger door right, and cargo door. Look at that, there's the cargo, there's some valises over there. There's the passenger doors, that's so cool. Let me get the zoom out a little bit so it's a little bit easier for me to control this thing. Even with learning VOR tracking, yeah, yesterday I must admit I dropped out of the stream after a while because I was cooking. But I saw everyone's teaching VOR tracking, like a Flying Fabio was back and he was teaching it today. But so I didn't learn it, so I'm gonna have to ask for your help, Icebird, when I try a VOR. All right, beautiful airplane, the BN2 Islander. Look at that beauty. Yeah, so I keep saying I flew on this as a kid. I wrote a little bit about it. I posted a link somewhere. I'm gonna put it on the chat here again. But I am so happy to have a chance to fly this airplane in a flight simulator now, and I'm looking forward to putting this into NeoFly and to do missions with it. For your information, pronounced VOR, not Vore. Okay, VOR. All right, copy that. Yeah, here's a little story about this Islander. All right, but thanks so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna take a break and take an ibuprofen or a Tylenol, and maybe I'll be back a little later. But I just wanted to get in here. And thanks so much, Canadian Captain Mustache, for a real pilot here with us, ladies and gentlemen, for showing me how to play this. I'm gonna add this to NeoFly, and maybe in the afternoon I'll come back. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. Kerr, good to talk to you. I'm gonna check Discord. And do you stream as well? Let me go check. Let me check some of these people here and give some follow backs. Captain Mustache out over on Twitch.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Boy?
Bought it with my credit card.
Follow. Oh, I'll give this gentleman a follow as well. There he goes. And I'm gonna go back and see other people that follow. Give you some follow backs. Check you out. Thanks so much. And I'll be back maybe after lunch, but maybe tomorrow, depending how I'm feeling. All right. Very excited for the Islander. We're gonna be seeing this airplane a lot here on my streams. All right, let's see if someone is streaming before I go. I'm gonna do a little raid. Anybody out there? I'll just do a quick little raid. I might leave it if there's no one streaming there. We got Lumber. I have old grumpy gamer out there with with two. This is someone I met during the long flight in Australia. Let's go raid old grumpy gamer and say hi. And have a wonderful yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, I hope they pass too. I trust they will. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, everybody. Thanks for being here. Peace out.